Good morning. Time for coffee and football. This is Football Time, definitive edition. This is all 5 ways to play football time in one book. So, Canadian Football League, Week 11, Game 1. This is the 2025 projection season, kind of playing it along with the real CFL, trying to get games done, a few days before the real games. Got the schedule written in my mini book. I've also got their ability to score when they win or lose in an instant result game, right? So this one is 1-8 Ottawa, coached by Bob Dice at the Princess Auto Stadium, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and Mike O'Shea's team. They're 5-3, and this is a game I'm not really interested in playing out. So what I'm going to do is use the instant results table. So what we do here is we match up. So we got Ottawa's at D, Winnipeg's an A. So we're looking at the visiting team. D at A is an automatic win. So I don't even have to roll the dice here. Winnipeg wins. And again, I've got Winnipeg's average points per win and their average points per loss. Well, Winnipeg won. So all I need is what they score when they win. So Winnipeg, when they score, they win. When they win, they score 31. Ottawa, when they lose, they score 15. So this game is done. Just like that, instant results, Ottawa wins 31-15. I can move on to the next game of the week. Sorry for those who are Ottawa fans or Winnipeg Blue Bomber fans, but one of the reasons I devised this was if you want to do like complete NFL replays, or if you've created a big league. I've got friends out there that have made big college leagues, with a 70 teams or 90 teams in it, and they're going to want to be able to use the same quality scoring and engine to get results quickly for their college teams. They don't want to play every single game out. So that's that. And you can get that victory without the score, but I like to be able to provide what Winnipeg is doing when they win or lose, or vice versa. So game 2 on the week is Toronto at Edmonton. This one is going to be a where is it at? Toronto at Edmonton. I think I wrote this down wrong. Toronto at Edmonton. Okay. Oh, instant results. IR is like, what am I doing with this? I'd already gone through to set them up. Toronto at Edmonton. This is another game I'm not going to play out right now, right? Because 6-3 Toronto at Edmonton. So Toronto, coached by Ryan Dinwiddie, come in with Arbuckle, LeBron, McCann, of receiving core that's fantastic in Mattel, Coxie, Brissett, and Unger III. They're going to be on the road at the Commonwealth Stadium facing the Edmonton Elks and Mark Killam. Ford is their quarterback. Rankin and Leaker are their backs. Dunbar, Gittins, Julian Grant, and Mathis are the receivers. So again, I enjoy these teams, especially Rankin. He's one of those guys I've been watching the highlights. When this kid gets the ball in his hands on the screen or whatever, Rankin's pretty damn good. So I dig these teams. But again, for time's sake and mismatches, right? So Toronto comes in a C versus Edmonton at home's a B. So C versus B is 1-4. So Edmonton can actually win this on a 1-4. So there's a chance here Edmonton's going to upset Toronto. Yep, Edmonton's going to win it, and we got to come back here and look at their averages per win. So Edmonton, when they win. Edmonton, when they win, averages 31, so we're going to get another 31-point game here by the home team. Toronto, when they lose, averages 24, so it was a good game. Now, you could just do what they do per game, but then you're going to end up with teams that lose that actually have a better score. So, again, I take Toronto's average loss, Edmonton's average win, and then I'm pretty certain to get a good score here. So, Edmonton wins this by a touchdown. And that is done. Fantastic. So we've got 2 games done in Week 11 already. We move on to the game of the week. And this is important. I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to do this last because I'm going to actually play both the D66 full sim for the 3rd quarter and the play call sim for the 4th quarter. So this is going to be the game this morning that we're going to actually sit and really enjoy. But we're going to go ahead and do Montreal at BC. This is going to use 2 different ways to play. So first off, we need to get the matchup. So Montreal at the Alouettes, coached by Jason Moss, come into town. Their quarterback is Alexander. Thomas Erlington and Theus are the backs. And the BC Lions right here. BC Lions. Anyway, Thomas Erlington and Theus are the back. Sneed, Speaker, Philpott, and Rambo are the receivers for the Montreal Alouettes. So they've actually been recovering. They started kind of poorly, and they've had some pretty good runs the last few weeks. The BC Lions, this is a team that every time I think is going to stretch it out and start to establish some control over the division or conference, whatever. I can't remember if it's called the Eastern Division or the Eastern Conference, but it doesn't make any difference. Then they kind of get brought back down. Both these teams are 4-5. BC's coached by Buck Pierce. We're playing in BC Place with Rourke at quarterback, Butler and Pickett are the backs. Hatcher, Katoy, McInnes, and Berryhill are the top receivers. And again, here we're going to be rolling what's called score by quarter. But first, we need to get the away, Montreal versus home D. So C versus D is going to be, C versus D is C. So Montreal is going to be a C for this game. BC at home is C versus D. C versus D is C. So they're both C. This is anyone's game, folks. And we're going to use the we're going to use the score by quarter for the first 2 quarters. So here we go. Montreal, looking at the C chart, in the first quarter, 6 is going to get a touchdown. So we put here Montreal, touchdown. How do they get that touchdown? Montreal is going to score 6. A running back toss week run, so that's going to be Thomas Erlington. Thomas Erlington on a weak run. Weak side run. PAT is automatic based on what the charts tell me. Fantastic. Montreal scores in the first quarter. Here we go. BC, looking at the C chart. Same for them. They're going to score a touchdown, and it's going to be 7, 8, 9. They're going to score a power sweep run. So both teams with Butler. So BC, Butler, power sweep. They get out there behind those 2 slot receivers and pulling guard, and he just follows those guys into the end zone. Touchdown, folks. First quarter's in the bag. It's 7-7, and both these teams are C, so you can see it's anybody's game. We're going to roll second quarter. C. It's going to be 3. That is no score. So Montreal will not score in the second quarter. I'll put down here Ponce. Right? I don't know how they don't score, but I'm going to put down that. And 5 is going to be a field goal. Nope, touchdown. So a touchdown for BC at home at BC Place. And they're going to score 9, 10, 11, 12. It's going to be a quarterback fade pass to the receiver. So that's going to be Rourke. Fade pass, baby, to Hatcher as he runs for that back corner. Fade pass, drops right into his bucket. A perfect ball drop up and high, and it just drops in only where Hatcher can pull it out of the air. 7. So at halftime, folks, it's 14-7. Now we're going to be doing the traditional way the game was designed, is our possession charts, right? This is the way the game was originally invented, right here, possession charts. All right, here we go. So the first possession, and again, let's go ahead and write this down. First possession, Montreal, BC, Mon, BC, and then it'll be Mon, BC, Mon, BC. Here we go. So Montreal's first possession is going to be a 5-5 looking at C. It's going to be a touchdown, and they're going to get 8, 9, 10. So Montreal comes out of the tunnel after a halftime pep talk, and they're going to get 10. 10 is a running back off-tackle plunge. So that's going to be Montreal. It's going to be Theus. Off-tackle plunge PAT. That was beautiful. All right, here we go. BC, can they answer? 5, it's going to be a touchdown. And it's going to be 11, 12, 13, 14. So BC's keeping up the pressure. Quarterback seam pass. So again, we're going to be looking at BC. BC's Rourke. Seam pass. Katoy. PAT. Wow, Montreal, can they keep scoring? They've got to keep. Yep, touchdown for Montreal. And we're looking at 13. I think that's another fade pass. 13, nope, post pass. So Alexander for Montreal, post pass. And that's going to be Spiker or Speaker. P-A-T. Holy cow, we're in a shootout here in the third quarter. And BC, 4-5. Oh, BC's got to settle for a field goal. Field goal from White with a Y. Field goal. And folks, it's going to be, Montreal's going to make up ground, 14-10. So it's 21-24. Let's get this right. We got Montreal scores 2 touchdowns. That's 14. And then we got a touchdown and a field goal. Yep, so it is currently a 3-point game. Hometown BC up by a field goal. It is 21-24. This fourth quarter is going to be epic. And again, we're doing the same way to play. Here we go, 2-2. So Montreal is going to suffer here. Are they going to punt the ball? Is it a rouge? It is not a rouge. Punt. And simply, if this says a punt or missed field goal, then if this says a 1, I call it a rouge. That way it's fast. BC, with a 3-point lead, they're going to get another field goal. So BC from White. So White's going to put it in a position to make Montreal score a touchdown on their final possession to beat them. Montreal needs a touchdown to take an edge before the final drive. No, they're going to end up punting. It is a rouge, though, so they will punt, hoping to get the ball back. They scored a rouge, but they will not get the ball back as BC. Well, unless I roll a pick 6. If I roll a 1-1, pick 6. Ooh, it's going to be a punt, no rouge. So BC will punt it back, but time will expire. End of game. In the fourth quarter, not near as explosive as coming out of the tunnel. BC's going to score 3. And we get 1 for Montreal and a rouge. Our total is 22-24-27. There it is, folks. Montreal falls to 4-6. BC climbs up to 5-5. As I said, every time I get the feeling BC is going to start climbing up and maybe establishing some control, they suffer a loss or two, and then they have to climb out of the hole again. So BC, it's give or take with these guys. So week 4 for BC is a victory for them, and that is our mix. We mixed the match there. We did score by quarter for the first half. We did the traditional possession-based game, 27-22. We saw a rouge in this game. Now we're going to go and we're going to play the game of the week, doing all 4 styles. So we're going to start with score by quarter. First, let's get our matchup. So this is the game of the week, baby. 6-3 Hamilton versus the 8-0 Saskatchewan Roughriders, baby. These guys are dang good. Saskatchewan, in my projection, has been brilliant with Trevor Harris, Oulet, Stevens, Johnson, Myers, Emulus, coached by Corey Mace. We're at Mosaic Stadium. Entering this house is the Ticats. Scott Milanovich coaching, Mitchell, Augustine, Bell, White, Lawler, Smith, and Bridges. So first, we got to match up. So on the road, C versus our hometown defense, C. C versus C is C for Hamilton. And the hometown offensive A versus the defense visiting C. So A and C is A. Saskatchewan, who is undefeated, is going to have a nice advantage for this game. All right, first thing we're going to roll, score by quarter, folks. We're going to jump right in to finding out. All right, Hamilton. Score by quarter. Hamilton in the first quarter, 2, is not going to score any points, so we're just going to put 0. And notice I put score quarter, score possession, 66 game, D6 game. Right, this is all 5. There's 4 ways to play plus IR, instant results. Instant results, unfortunately, is the whole game. Well, not unfortunately, it just sims the whole game. All right, Saskatchewan, looking at A, is going to score. Oh, they're not going to score. Can you believe it? Hamilton's defense holds the 8-0 Saskatchewan Roughriders to task, folks. Nothing goes down in the first quarter. Unbelievable. All right, now we do score by possession, our traditional score by possession for the second. And again, it's going to be Hamilton, Sass, Ham, Sass. Here we go, folks. Score by possession. Hamilton, looking at the C chart, 4 is going to be a field goal. So Hamilton's kicker, Legio, with a field goal. Saskatchewan goes to work. Trevor Harris and company. They're going to get 5 as a touchdown. And we're going to look at 8-9. 9 on the touchdown. I believe it's a running touchdown. 9 is, yep, power sweep for Ulay. So Ulay follows his big guys around the end, and he will get a running, he'll get a sweep, PAT. So there it is, folks. Finally, somebody's stretched the lead out here to more than 3 points. Leggio scored first, but Ulay's matched. Hamilton, 4 on C is another field goal. So Leggio is going to try to keep him in this with another field goal. But that A offense of Saskatchewan is nigh impossible to stop. 5. Yeah, it's going to be a touchdown. 12. Touchdown 12 for Saskatchewan is a quarterback fade pass to Keyshawn Johnson. So Harris, fade pass, Johnson, PAT. And folks, that quarter is over. We're going into the tunnel to talk about it. It's going to be 6 points for the Ticats. It's going to be 14 for Saskatchewan. And the 8-0 Rough Riders at home hold an 8-point edge on the big bad Ticats. So here we go. Now we're going to be using the D66 game right here, which means I need my charts. So because we're doing a kickoff after halftime, not a problem. It's easy to track this, right? Our kickoff, and kicking it off again, Saskatchewan's going to get the ball last in the game. That's the rules. So Sass, we're still using possession timer, so it keeps everything uniform and easy to track. And this particular game will have used all 4 phases except for the instant results chart, right? So pretty dang cool. All right, so first off, we got to mark our down markers here. We got our football and then our 10-yard marker. So Hamilton is going to be receiving the ball. Hamilton is a C, so C on kick return net is 25 yards. So Hamilton on the road brings it out to the 25-yard line. And here we go, folks. They're using the C chart. Hamilton goes to work. Scott Milanovic giving Bo Mitchell the last suggestions in his ear hole before he enters the huddle with Augustine, White, Lawler, Smith, and Bridges. Their first play of the game, or the half, 26 is going to be a 5-yard run, 5-6. It's going to be a 6-yard run. We give a bonus to Canadian teams that get an extra yard because they get an extra yard. Second down. What do they do on their second down? 54. They're going to drop back, hand it off on a draw, and he's going to get hammered. Only gets 1 yard. It's third. They will have to punt. Their punt net on C is 35, 10, 20, 35, and that's it. It's a punt net, meaning it includes Saskatchewan's ability to return that punt, right, for a yardage. So we use the punt and kickoff net for the team with the grade, right? So only a 35 net. But we do get a punt. There was no ruse chance. Obviously, the ball didn't go into the end zone. All right, Corey Mace talking to Trevor Harris. They're already up by 8. Ulay in the huddle with Johnson, Myers, Imbolus, and Robustelli as the chief receivers. They snap the ball 31. They're looking at the A chart down here. So 3-1 is incomplete. Second down. Trevor Harris can't find the mark. Snaps the ball. 22. Incomplete. Trevor Harris. Back-to-back wide passes of Johnson and Imbolus. And they're going to have to punt. They're punting on the A chart. Their net is 42. Teams may elect to return the punt interception. So the other team now can attempt. They have a 42 with a star, which means they could give up a return for a touchdown. The other team can elect. If they roll a 6, they return it for a touchdown. If they roll a 1 or a 2, they'll fumble it away. But we're going to move it first, 42 yards. 10, 20, 30, 41, 2. They're at the 25. Yep. We're going to let our return man, Wooden, who's returned one for a touchdown last week. If I roll a 6, he takes this back to the house. No, but he also does not fumble it. Remember, if I roll a 1 or a 2, he would cough it up. So it's worth the risk there for Wooden. So we'll punt. Each team punts to open up the third quarter. Here we go. Hamilton goes to work. Bo Mitchell drops back, looks, waits, fires, 21-yard strike. 10, 21. Beautiful pass to Lawler, right down the field. First down, snaps the ball. 54 is going to be an 8-9-yard run, power run by Augustine as he plows ahead. It's 2nd and 1. Ticats starting to get some guts, starting to get some confidence up. 16 is going to be a nice run of 5 and a first down for Augustine as the Ticats are starting to stretch it out. 12 is going to be incomplete. Second down for the Ticats. Bo Mitchell lines him up quickly. Guys are moving toward the line of scrimmage. There's the snap, 62. He drops back, fires a 9-yard strike. It is 3rd and 1. They're going for it. The Ticats can't afford not to. 56. Snaps the ball. It's going to be a handoff up the gut, and he rips through. They were trying to get 1, but he finds space, ends up getting 9 yards, 5 and 4, down to the 32. The crowd here in Saskatchewan on their feet, trying to cheer on the Rough Rider defense with Carney, Ray, Thurman, Revis, Milligan, and Fields, the top guys. They snap the ball, 53. It's going to be another fine pass of 15 yards, 10, 15, down to the 17. The Ticats need 8 to tie the game, folks. On the road in Saskatchewan, Scott Milanovic and Bo Mitchell seem to have figured it out at halftime. What will Bo Mitchell do? He snaps the ball. He's backpedaling, hands it off. No, he's forced to scramble, runs for 2, 1, 2, 2nd down and 8. Bo Mitchell, driven out of the pocket by Carney, snaps the ball. It's going to be a beautiful run of 12, and they're down to the 3-yard line. What a great run by Bo Mitchell. They flush him from the pocket, and Mitchell makes him pay. Tripped up, spun around at the 3-yard line by Thurman. This is huge, folks. 1st and goal from the 3. This is 4 down. This is 3 down territory. And Bo Mitchell, 25, sets up, drops back, hands it off on a draw, touchdown. Skipping into the end zone is Augustine. Augustine skips into the end zone on a 3-yard run. The PAT on these charts is okay. We don't have to roll. It's not a B or D chart. And there it is, folks. Unbelievable. Okay, so again, we're going to go ahead and use our percentages. C, kick return, is 25, right? So again, we would add 10 for the Canadian game. I've been doing that. I forgot the Canadian game, you should add 10 to the kickoffs. So they're out to the 35-yard line. It's A. I take that back. We're out to the 41-yard line for the A team. There we go. And Saskatchewan now, I could have gone for 2, I suppose, but it's going to be 13-14 in the final drive of the 3rd quarter. All right, Corey Mace has talked to Trevor Harris, and they've got a plan to go down and put this game on ice before the 4th quarter. 22 on the A chart is going to be incomplete, 2nd down. Trevor Harris having a rough time completing passes in the second half. 26 going to be a nice handoff for 4 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3rd down and 6. They cannot afford not to punt this, so they're going to punt. And it's going to be a nice net of 42, 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2. And remember, that includes the return. And we're going to roll. We're going to let Wooden maybe break the bank. If I can roll a 6, Wooden will take this back to the house. Nope, but he doesn't fumble it away either. So Wooden twice has tried, because that would have been, it would be exciting to see them take the lead in Saskatchewan. And remember, this is the chance for a team to finally beat Saskatchewan. All right, folks, 3rd quarter, Hamilton gets 7. Saskatchewan shut out. Unbelievable. It is 13-14 going into the 4th quarter. Now we're going to go to the actual play call game. All right, neither one of these teams have a rated star, right? If I had made these teams with these charts, well, what the heck? Let's just roll and find out. Is Trevor Harris a rated star? 5. He is not. Is Bo Mitchell a rated star? He is not. Is Ulay a rated star? He is not. Is Augustine a rated star? He is not. So if I rolled a 4 on any of those, I'd roll again to see if they rate on a special grade that sets them apart from the actual game grades. All right, so there it is, folks. We've had our punt, right? And it's 1st down for Hamilton. They are down by 1 in the 4th quarter. It's going to be a hell of a game. Now we get to call plays, right? So now we're going to be calling plays, and I'll use the 2d6. If it's a failure, this tells me immediately what the failure is. All right, so we get to call plays now, and we're going to go with a short pass. We're looking at the C chart. So we're going to go with a short pass, and it is complete for 5 yards. Nice little fast pass, 2nd down. He zips it out to Bell out of the backfield. We're going to short pass again. It's complete for the 1st down. And so he's just going to stick with these dink and dunk passes. Milanovic going to go ahead and run inside. It's going to be a nice run for 3 yards. 1, 2, 3. 2nd down and 7. We got to go medium pass now. 3. It's going to be incomplete. 7 is not a sack. It's 3rd down. They're going to go for it. They really can't afford not to. We're going to go short pass. Won't get us a first down. So we got to go medium again. Yeah, we got to go medium pass. And it is incomplete. 6 is not a sack or an interception, but they end up with a TOD, folks. Saskatchewan, maybe I should have punted it away there. I don't know. But right there, Saskatchewan now takes the edge. Saskatchewan's Trevor Harris is going to go long right here, right now. 3. Incomplete, and 7 is a sack, loss of 11, 10-11, down he goes in the arms of Fox of the Hamilton Ticats. It's 2nd and long. We're going to go long again. Why not? Yep, there it is, folks. It's going to be a 30-yard pass, 10, 20, 30, down to the 12, 1st and 10 at the 12. The fans in Saskatchewan on their feet. We're going to go short pass. It's complete for 5, 2nd down. We're going to go inside run. No, let's wait. From here we can go outside run, I believe. Let's look. Let's go outside. If we can get this outside run, it's a touchdown. And no, he won't. An 8. Don't tell me it's a fumble. Oh, outside. No, it's 3rd down, though. We're going to kick the field goal. And the field goal's good. There it is, folks. So, Lather cues it up. They get everything under control. He just wants to make sure he forces Hamilton on their final drive to score a touchdown. The field goal from here, 14 yards. Field goal. And look at that, folks. All right, so we've got a punt return coming. Do we execute, the kick return. Do we execute the kick? We do. That's going to, the kick return. Kickoff is to the 3-yard line. So they filled it at the 13. You're going to add 10 to this for the Canadian game. So they filled it at the 13, and the Canadians return it. Oh, no. Kick return. Yep, 25 yards. 10, 25, out to the 38 for Hamilton. So with a Canadian game, you're getting almost a 10-yard boost on those kicks. They're fielding the ball closer to the 10 as opposed to the goal line, right? Can you believe it, folks? We're going to have a video. We get the whole week done. And we even simulate some play call stuff. First down, Saskatchewan now down by 4. Hamilton down by 4. Saskatchewan at home enjoying this. A chance for Hamilton to knock off Saskatchewan. But so far, I'm not certain they're going to be able to do it. We're going to go short pass. And it's going to be a 5-yard strike. 2nd down. We're going to go short again. We got to get that 5 yards. Yep, and it's a 1st down. Saskatchewan with 2 quick passes to Augustine out of the backfield. We're going to go long. No, it's going to be 6 on long is intercepted. Shite. And the interception, let me double check this, right? Make sure I do this right. Interception, where's my interception? Defense returns are here. But the interception it was long, so it's 30 yards downfield. 10, 20, 30. It's picked off. And the interception return does not go down. So there's a chance they can fumble this return. They do not. But that's going to pretty much put the game away as Hamilton's Bo Levi Mitchell, is intercepted by, and I'll roll the dice, it's intercepted by Fields, downfield, and Fields tries to bring it back, can't get any yardage out of it, and Saskatchewan takes over. They're going to hold on, folks, unless I roll a pick 6 here. All right, we're going to go inside run. All they got to do is convert 1, and that'll be a chance to kill clock. So inside run is 3 yards. 1, 2, 3. 2nd down. We're going to go short pass. Short pass is complete for 5. It's 3rd and 2. Do we punt or do we go for it? Well, you wouldn't go for it in a game. You're only winning by 4. So we're going to punt. The punt is successful. 43 yards. 10, 20, 30, 40. 1, 2, 3. And the return, again, in this situation, there's no way to go for a... where's the touchdown return? What is the touchdown return again? It's if I roll a 6, he returns it for a touchdown. So there's a chance for the Ticats to win this. If Wooden can take this punt return back to the house, game over. They'll win it on a punt return. A 1 or a 2, and he'll cough it up. And no, he doesn't take it back to the house, and he doesn't cough it up. But the end of game right there, it's going to be a punt. End of game. And there it is, folks. Somehow Saskatchewan stretches out a little bit here. Unfortunately, Hamilton with a turnover on downs and an interception cannot muster. And so the final score is 13-17 in a defensive dogfight. Hamilton falls to 6-4. The Ticats were looking strong. Saskatchewan 9-0, baby. I don't know the last time a Canadian team this late in the season was undefeated. I don't know enough about the history of the Canadian game to know the last time a team got to 9-0 in the Canadian League. But holy cow, what fun is this? Look at this, folks. They make it 8. They go right down the field with an Augustine 3-yard run, punch it in. It makes it a 1-point game. Saskatchewan in the fourth lands a 14-yard field goal to give them a cushion. And unfortunately, Hamilton cannot muster any offense in the fourth against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And so to recap, Week 11, right? Week 11, we used instant results for Game 1. Winnipeg beat Toronto using their average when they win, 31. Ottawa's average when they lose is 15, so they win 31-15. Making Ottawa now 1-9 and Winnipeg 6-3. And then instant results here: Toronto loses to Edmonton 24, makes Toronto 6-4. Edmonton climbs to 3-6. Again, Toronto's average when they lose is only it's 24. So when these guys lose, they're still scoring 24 points. Edmonton, when they win, they score 31. So they got that using their averages. So that's going to be that'll jive at the end of the season, right, with their averages. Hamilton, and by the way, that's their averages up obviously through Week 10, right? And then here we had the game of the week. The 8-0 at-home Rough Riders hold on to win against Hamilton 17-13 in a dogfight. Second half, all defense. Heck, first quarter, all defense. These guys were uptight. I have a feeling they were all set to go and a little uptight maybe, as unfortunately Mitchell threw a late interception. A bomb down the field was picked off by Fields. And then we did the Game 4 using score by quarter for the first half and score by possession for the second half. This ended up being a BC Lions 27, Montreal 22. BC climbs to 5-5. Montreal falls to 4-6. And this has been the CFL 25 project using Football Time Definitive Edition. Thank you for watching. Good day.